So today I want to get my thoughts down on paper for my model railroad N-scale shelf layout. And looking at the Google for state of Florida, I come into the error I want to do. I want to do moderate error, and it occurred to me that the juice train may be a good idea to pursue for moderate error freight cars. And I'm looking at doing freight cars and not passenger line for a shelf layout. Got on Google and looked up juice train, learned a little bit about it. And this is often what we want to do when we're trying to gather a prototype and convert the prototype research into our own ideas to put down into a layout of some kind. And in my case, a small shelf layout for switching and for the purpose of switching. So I'm going to keep it very simple, something that I can put together fairly quickly. I thought, well, Florida, the juice train probably goes right along my thoughts. It's a modern train that is running today. I'm looking at the Google Maps. Juice train begins its journey. It's just in South Bradenton, Florida. So let's take a look at that, and we can take a look at the industry for the oranges and the railroad yard and how the train comes together. So I'm looking all this over and thinking, how would this make a good shelf layout? And as I'm looking at it, and I'll even pop down in the street view, think about the scenery here and what I'm actually looking for in the kind of industry and the kind of switching I want to do. And you'll notice this is kind of like right in the middle of the town, and it's a fairly large industry, but it's all yard. And I wanted to do something a little bit smaller than a massive yard, and then your shelf would be nothing but yard switching. So I began to think about that and thought, well, looking up and reading through the Tropicana web page and a little bit more, they obviously there's no orange groves right there. They're receiving their oranges from orange groves elsewhere, and they're either being trained over and hauled over by railroad cars and probably a lot of trucks as well. So I thought, let's get back out and take a look into where the orange groves are in Central Florida and see what I can find to be a good example of a prototype that I can convert into a switching layout. Now, this is going to be kind of an easy layout for beginners or for anyone, because there's no mountainous area in Florida. It's pretty much flat. Orange groves are flat. We do have a lot of lakes and water, so but that wasn't what I was looking for. I was pretty much just looking for a flat switching layout on a shelf. In fact, on a door. So you've probably seen my 1x6 layout that I put together in a week's time, and now I'm looking to do something similar and do one on a door. And here we could see there is a orange grove right here, Sunray Groves, and look at this, there's a track lead going into it. Makes a nice sharp bend here, and if we go up a little bit, it splits into two rails. So just up north of it, there's what would make a nice interchange track where we can drop off look, there's a couple hopper cars right there, and we could drop off cars and get them ready to be switched into the orange grove, or even switched out of the orange grove and placed out there for an engine to come pick it up and take it on over to Tropicana. So this is pretty nice, because then I can have a Florida layout and actually use the Tropicana N-scale freight refrigerator cars. Let's take a look and see what this amounts to. Here's our orange grove right there, and look, there's a water tower. That's kind of neat feature. And we have this plant here with a bunch of hopper cars, and this is a fertilizer plant. So that's neat. We can have some hopper cars. Here off the orange grove is a warehouse and a distribution center. You know, it's how far you want to take the prototype research. A lot of people get really deep into the research. I can use my imagination, and whether or not it's reality or not is not so important to me, but we can be packing oranges there at the distribution center and putting them on the Tropicana refrigerated cars and sending them on over to Tropicana to get onto the juice train and off to the north and to the west. There's actually, going further, this was a little bit of surprise. I wasn't really looking for this, but I'm kind of liking what I see here. This would make a really nice shelf layout on a door. And here we have Plant Nutrient Company with a bunch of tank cars and tanks. So this plant nutrient, I'm not quite sure what kind of minerals and nutrients and liquids go here, but it's getting fed by tank cars of some sort, and that's adds to this shelf layout a lot of switching, and with at least 4 types of cars I can see. We have tank cars, we have hopper cars, we have the refrigerant cars, and we can have a occasional box car just as regular freight comes in and out of the distribution center. So looking for a little bit more research on what kind of fluids those tanks are bringing in, but we could probably use our imagination on that and make it to whatever we want. And like I said, a lot of people spend a lot of time on the research and try to be real faithful to the prototype. I'm not trying to do that here. I'm just trying to build together a nice switching layout based on to some extent reality and some extent to my own reality. And we even have a little lake here as a water feature. So let's see what we can do and to take this and draw it out and put it in. And there's other little buildings, and besides orange trees, we have other Florida trees and palm trees that we can put in. So I'm going to open up AnyRail, and this is a program that you can get actually for free for a demo. Now the demo allows you to put it on 50 pieces, and then after that, if you like the program, you can go ahead and buy it for a small shelf layout like this. 50 pieces is ideal, and as I grow, I'll probably pay for the program, of course, and use it. But this is one of these programs that a lot of people use now. And I you go into settings and you can set the 80 inches by 24 inches, and then also set the grid type to be 12-inch grid. So you can see that this is a 80-inch door, 6.5 feet by 2 feet. And I'm going to try to get the whole layout of that Sunray Orange Grove onto this door. So we'll see what kind of trouble that would cause. But the nice thing about it, if you draw this with pencil and paper, you could just pretty much let your imagination just wing it down and everything fits. But in reality, when you actually use and here what I have is I selected the atlas, and AnyRail lets you select the different types of track types, track brands, whether it's Petco or Atlas or Microengineering. I selected Atlas just to start off with, and grabbed a switch and flex track, and kind of got a pretty good idea of whether or not, and look how much space, just one switch and a couple pieces of flex track. I'm not even getting down into the industry. So you can see that in when you're designing and laying down with the prototype in mind, you have to take a lot of liberties to make it work. And so, because you're not going to lay it down, yard by yard, mile by mile, you have to do a lot of compression. And so I was showing you how to lay it down, and then I just went ahead and snapped right into what I came up with after 40 minutes of an hour's work of fiddling around with it to my heart's desire. And you notice this interchange track that I have, which I'm going to use for my purposes as an interchange. This siding that's on the prototype is directly north. Well, I can't get that on a door, so what I'm going to have to do is fold it over the top. And so that's why I'm folding the whole siding over the top and let it run along and to the top. And then the orange grove would be under the curve, and then the far left top corner could be the lake as a water feature. So you can see how you can use these things, and then you can go in and print this out. And I think it prints it out on numerous 8x10 sheets of paper or whatever size you want, and it'll print it out. And then and it prints it out rail size, I think, so you can lay it out on your door and see how it looks, or lay it out on your floor or whatever. And also you can print out the info, which tells you exactly what you need to order, what track is on there it needs to be ordered. And that's kind of nice. So that's phenomenal that I could do that. You could do that and put all your pieces there, and then go file info, and it'll tell you exactly how many switch, how many right hand, how many left hand, how many straights, how many flex, whatever it is that you have on your layout. It gives you a complete order list. And so I'll go ahead and make an order and do that. Now, after I came out with that design, I thought about, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I thought of a different way of actually getting the three industries. As you can see, all three industries cannot fit on this shelf, all on the north side of the rail. So I got one of them actually switching off to the south side, and one switching off to the north side. So it doesn't stay faithful to reality, but that doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're setting the stage for our actors and putting in our props, and we're going to put on three industries. In fact, I thought about this. It doesn't even matter if the industries are in the right order. We can put the orange grove first, and then the fertilizer plant, however. And I thought, I don't need to make those decisions now. Once I lay my track, I can start building my buildings. I can fiddle around, decide which ones, where I want to put. Most likely, I will put the tank cars and the tanks to the far off side. But I do want some spacing between my industries and some kind of visual barrier between those three industries and the interchange track above, because that's not supposed to be folded over. So we put whether we put a line of trees there or some kind of visual barrier, that's the intent there. So that's some of the thoughts that go in when you're coming up with getting down on paper what you want. And before you even get out AnyRail or a piece of paper and pen, you want to think about, what era do I want to do? I want to do steam era or modern era or something in between. In my case, modern era. What kind of environment do I want to do? Mountainous, or in my case, flat? Do I want to do switching, or do I want to do, town to town? And so, and once again, in my case, it's a very small. My plan was I bought myself an 80-inch door, and get it all on there for fun switching. So, as an alternative, I reset the curves and the track, and came up with a different idea, and you can see I put a lake over in the corner, and I kind of redid the track a little bit. So the Grove comes up first, and then I have the down on the bottom right, I could have the fertilizer, and then up above that, I can have the tank cars. And that dark line going up through is a street that crosses over the track, which is kind of neat too, that we can do that. And that changes up the a little bit about the operation. And talking about operations, we want the interchange track to be able to hold all the cars that we need to take care of all the spots. And we look at this as a 3-industry operation, but really we want to talk about how many car spots there are. So each of these could probably have at least 4 different car spots. And actually, if you look at the all of them, I would say more like 6 car spots, 4 to 6 car spots for each of the 3 industries. So we can have, and that's how we look at that. But one of the things I noticed that is my lead track before the switch can only hold 3 cars. So in the future, I may want to do an L that comes off of this door in order that I could switch more than 3 cars at once. So when I'm talking about the lead track, that's that lead right below the lake, and right before the switch. You have to have enough room for an engine and 3 cars to get past the points in order to get back into the industries. So there you have it. That's what I got, and to show you how to use AnyRail and the thoughts that go into designing a small shelf and getting the most out of the switching that we could get. So that's the first stage, and then we'll be back at some point with the door and some track and some track laying. All right, we'll catch you next time.